Yo, what is good? What is good, yo? So, guys, with this week's episode of Boruto, sorry, um, I was no, I was impressed. It's kind of ridiculous that so much is coming out of this one arc that not only are we seeing the potential ultimate growth of Boruto and Sarada, we are seeing something that is ridiculously dangerous and that's never existed anywhere but in the anime, which is kind of weird. Um, Having a whole entire tree. Hey, bro, what the heck? Having a whole nother divine tree popping up and people just kind of nonchalant dealing with it and not really telling anyone else about it seems like the weirdest thing. But seeing how Orochimaru gets a little bit involved in this, I feel it's better left unknown because it might fall on Orochimaru just because he's here, just because he's like showing up in the area. Imagine if they want to frame him, or because the people that leave hear about the divine tree, they just automatically associate it with Orochimaru. So there's good reason to put him in this area. I feel like that's one really smart way to kind of play with the fans and be like, oh, what do you think will happen if people hear that Orochimaru got into this, whole situation and has left the village and stuff like that? So I am very interested in seeing what people are going to say about that moment because that was ridiculously hype. I don't know how we just destroyed the same building, but pretty neat. Oh. But overall, I'm definitely optimistic about how this can come to an end because as of right now, it feels obvious that it's going to have some type of good ending for Boruto and Sarada in the case of them getting their rematch and being so ready to fight. But outside of that, it feels like this is all going to either come burning down and never be mentioned again, or we're going to actually see what uh, what people want to do after knowing that a lot of their family, a lot of their friends in this area are bopped. Like they are gone. Uh, just by draining a little bit of our team leader arm, that thing does not work. Like he cannot really use it for anything useful in combat because of the damage he's taken just from the chakra tree sounds weird to say. The divine tree draining just as much chakra as it didn't render him completely dumb, like done. But that's mainly due to the concentration of, like training and raising your capability of chakra. So it's a lot going on, but in a cool way because, like I said, I've never heard anybody talking about another divine tree popping up from the manga readers. And when stuff happens in the manga and I'm on Twitter, I just happen to hear people arguing about aspects. I don't really get into it if it's like, for instance, Black Clover. If I see something Black Clover related and they're like, this part's good, and I'm out. Like, all right, well, have fun. I don't know what the heck y'all are talking about, and I don't want to know what you guys are talking about, so goodbye. Um, but when it comes down to that type of stuff, it's really easy for me to avoid it. But to know that there was never been any talk about, oh my God, some Osuski tree is showed up, and this could be the fruit that Boruto eats instead of other people, And speaking of fruits that someone wants to eat, this was the most uh, Toriko character I have ever seen in my life, man. This dude only wants to kill all these people, do all this stuff so he can taste the what the world's best fruit tastes like. It was the most topical thing I have ever heard, and I think the Boruto creators or whoever is in the anime and had the storyboard ideas for this character and what he's about, he had to have been a Toriko fan, man. Like, don't even, okay? Well, yeah, with all that being said, everybody, I definitely am looking more forward to next week's episode just because Boruto and Sarada is really getting that rematch that they need, and with it, it's going to give us quite a big understanding of not only the skill gap between them and Mitsuki, but it looks like Mitsuki even might be here to witness that he's not as needed as he used to be. Um, because like I said, with Orochimaru showing up and absolutely dicing up this girl, no effort at all. Um, I thought it was Mitsuki's clone, like Orochimaru sent out the clone, but it makes sense that you would have Orochimaru in a place where there's experimentation, let alone Hashirama cells being tampered with, the one thing that Orochimaru probably has more information about and more capabilities with than any of these other people here. I would not be surprised if Orochimaru was the true one who helped Naruto obtain an arm and it have the Hashirama, Hashirama cell combined into it. Hence why he can do wood release now. So people always want to say that Naruto is a lot weaker than he used to be. Not only has he gained more control over Kurama and whatnot, but it also looks like he has been infused with Hashirama cells since the beginning of Boruto. So he's become a lot stronger than you actually think. So take that as you will, and I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. So with that being said, take care and peace.